We Bleed podcast. Daniel Wilcox and Matt Trigger. This is the Thursday night football preview for the Miami Dolphins. We are going to be in Miami. We have a very special guest joining us tonight, one of Daniel's teammates. He won Super Bowl 47 as the starting running back for the Baltimore Ravens. Ray Rice, everyone. Welcome Ray Rice to the show.
What up? What up? What
Ray
up?
Rizzo.
What's going on, Ray?
Man, listen, can't be cooler hanging out with my guys, man. Just talking life, football. Who got it better than us right now?
Who got it better than us? Boy, the famous John Harbaugh quote.
Hey,
Who got
look.
it better than us? Nobody. Hey, man,
Yeah.
that's not a Ravens hat you got on. What kind of hat you got on right there? What is
Nah,
that?
man, this is my Milford Miller's hat, man. You know,
Okay.
Miller Pride. I'm probably not. I mean, interesting part. I'm like the only coach up there that's not an alumni, but I think winning a Super Bowl kind of makes me like a
Kind of
grandfathered alumni, like, you know.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm trying to help
Definitely
the kids, man. We just trying to help the next generation.
Absolutely. Say less, man. What are you coaching over at Milford?
So I'm the head JV coach. To be honest, like, it was an interesting move because I'm thinking about where I am in my life, right? And where I'm in my life, like, I live by the saying of like life is best understood in reverse. So I went back to the areas where I could have used a little bit more help. So I
A little
coach.
bit more guidance.
Yeah, so I'm like, I think that eighth,
Say that
ninth
one
grade.
more time. Say it one more time, Ray. You went back because of what
Yeah,
now? What's your
life is
quote?
best understood in reverse. I went back to the age where I could have used a little bit more guidance. So me right now, and I'm coaching my 14-year-old self.
I love it.
Mhm.
Life is best understood in reverse. That's a nugget. So if anybody out there listening, make sure y'all write that one down. Life is best understood in reverse. Don't miss that nugget. I love that, bro. So you the JV
That's
head coach. Are
that's
you
definitely that's definitely good.
Yeah, definitely a JV head coach.
what
But I
position are you
coach my.
coaching?
I mean, the good part about what I did with the head coaching position, they were like, we had a great staff up there. And to be honest, I was just trying to find the right blend without
Mhm.
without the right blend without losing what I'm really, really focusing on. What I'm really focusing on is like I think that ninth grade year, if we were talking about baseball, right? I tell the guys, you gotta load your bases, man. And ninth grade is your foundation year.
Mhm.
So um interesting enough, like I said, school was the most important thing. I went into a game with my fourth string quarterback one time because I had to bench the three guys because they weren't doing what they were doing in school. So I
Great.
mean, there's a deeper message in that, right? We still
Right.
won like 32-12, and I was
Right.
able to look at those guys and say, "Listen, I don't need you,
Yeah.
right?" But it's a message on if you don't follow, if you can't follow what's going on with the team, then that means you think you're above the team.
Yeah.
Like, and I kept it like, you know, and I just think there's that point of, you know, you gotta be mindful of the climate, what's going on. You gotta coach them a certain way, and you know all the things that go on with being in the public spotlight. But there's also that point of like you gotta keep it real with them.
You have to.
You gotta keep it real with them, and I just think that it's a perfect blend on um, keeping it real. And I'm really enjoying the development part of it. Like I got to see towards the end of the year, it's like you finally get the right recipe and then you get hot. But JV season ends. Like if we had to continue to play,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you look forward to the next. I mean, that's what you look forward to in the off season, right? Because you
Right.
just got to pick up what kind of how you left off, without giving them too much time, to wander off and think about freedom. And nah, listen, we gonna grind, man. We gonna work out. This is if you play football, like I said, if you in the South, like so you understand, man, like it's all year round. Like
Yeah.
there is no in between. You could play
Right.
other sports, you could do your thing, but if you're a football player, you're focusing on your craft at some point all year round.
You never lie. So what made you decide to go back and coach high school?
It's just like one of them things where like I know where I am in my life. Like I know that, I take care of myself pretty good, right? But I know that I would never, never want to go back on that field, right? But I get every bit of what I'm supposed to feel during football season, coaching high school, coaching
Mhm.
my son's team.
Yeah.
Like I am. Listen, I'm at that school from 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock, right? So my JV team practice 4 to 6, and my son's team practice 6 to 8, right? They
Yeah.
just come right on. But why am I doing that? I want my son to see the next generation, like see the next step. Like my son don't love football because of me. He love it because of my JV kids, because of the other youth football kids. He's
Yeah.
playing football for a totally different reason why I'm playing. So I just think being in the picture,
Correct.
for my son, but not being the pitcher for him is the greatest thing in the world right now because he's loving it and he's just loving and he knows we have a great relationship because I'm coach on the field, but I'm dad at home and I don't really, I
Mhm.
like it's whatever you want to do when you bring it home. We get enough when we out there, but I'm dad like, when we're in the car. So I don't coach his position. So I kind of give him room to grow, but I also want to be there for the ride.
What's your son's name, Ray?
Jalen.
Jalen. And what
Yeah,
position is he playing?
quarterback, man. Look, I had to learn him different than me. Listen, he's a smart kid,
Yeah.
but I know he'll probably change his position at some point. But let's just say you want to go to wide receiver, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or running back, doesn't matter. Now you at least get to see the game from a different vantage point.
For sure.
I just think at a certain point, y'all watch sports now, so everybody watch sports. The level of play is not going down, but the IQ of the game is going down.
He ain't never lied.
Hey Ray, we have a question for you from one of our viewers.
Yeah.
This is from my boy Joe. I went to high school with. What are your thoughts on 7-on-7 seeming to become the AAU of football? Do kids come back with bad habits, or do you find it beneficial?
No, I don't see AAU, like I don't see 7-on-7 being the AAU football. But I do see it as a valuable piece of being able to play in space, right? So I think it's valuable because like at the age groups I have, right, at the high school level, right,
Yeah.
a JV quarterback can't have enough reps, right? They just need reps. But we're talking about a 9-year-old turning 10, right? Now that kid that hit that growth spurt who was a tackle is now a tight end. He needs 7-on-7. He needs those reps. So
Yeah.
I just think it's about you could bring up the same argument in a different light, right? On uh, flag football, for example, the growth of flag football. Is it bad for the game? No. I think it's great for the game because I think that football and the NFL I think they got very, very smart by just being all inclusive about the game in football. Like there's a way to play for everyone. So whether you're in the NFL actually playing, that's great. You could be a woman now, a young girl aspiring to play football, and you can go the whole way and winning a gold medal. Like my
Yeah.
daughter's first sport was flag football. So the thought of her being able to potentially one day get a gold medal for flag is unbelievable. So
That's
I
dope.
just love where the direction of the game is going. I think we got to get used to understanding the levels of there's going to be some guys that's wearing a helmet and shoulder pads, some guys that's going to wear shorts and a jersey.
Right. I remember growing up, we didn't. I think what he was trying to say, the guest was like back in the day when I came up, AAU basketball was like summer league. It's like we played all summer long, played basketball year round, and we didn't have an AAU league for football. But
Oh
now,
yeah.
it was only we grew up only playing Skelly, and we only did pass Skelly in practice. We never actually had an actual league in the summertime to play football.
Oh
So
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think what he was trying to say was that the 7-on-7 leagues have became the new AAU, like
Oh
old
no,
school
no,
basketball.
1,000%, a
Yeah,
thousand
I
percent.
agree.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
a
kind of
thousand
agree with
percent.
that. I kind of like it though because you're getting a chance to really. The hardest thing for a high school team is to work on timing because you don't have a
Mhm.
lot of time and you can't do the 2-a-days, 3-a-day practices and stuff no more. So
Right.
those times you get the kids in the summertime to do those 7-on-7 scrimmages and those
Mhm.
7-on-7 practices and those 7-on-7 games. And a lot of these kids are traveling now. A lot of the kids that you see that's in the NFL, like Travis Hunters, they all played on like Cam Newton 7-on-7 travel team. I used
Oh
when I
yeah,
used to
yeah,
watch,
yeah. It's different, man.
yeah,
That's why I said
it is.
man. Listen, I believe in the game of I think in life, right? Just like everything else, man, like it's got to be an adaptation, right? And I just think that now I learned in coaching that these kids and high school kids don't have to adapt to me. I got to adapt to them.
100%. Well said.
Like I'm not like I can only give what I can only give what they're giving me, but my experience will only be valuable if I'm adapting to their experience.
Correct.
Right? And their experience, the game is changing, man. Like, I mean, we can even go NFL. Everybody's saying this, that, and the other, right? NFL, there's not going to be any more dominant defenses. They made the game for people to score, okay? So, like, at the end of the day, the way the Ravens look on defense now, we're not going to see the same Baltimore Raven defense that we had. It's not the same game right now. It's just not. So I just think like when we go into comparing, you got to be very careful, right? Because the era of football is changing.
It is. It's different.
It's just totally different, man.
Yeah.
Like the first game of the year when the Bills like when they're scoring all them points, man, them views going up. People want to see high scoring games at this point. We caught up to college. That's how I look at it.
Right. I agree with that 100%. Like the game is ever evolving, ever changing, and it's definitely a different game from when we played. I feel like I could have played a lot longer in this league now. You know,
Shoot, in this league, you would have been in this league. Whoa, yeah. Well, we can talk about the whole thing in this league and college. Coming out of college, you would have made $15 million already.
Yeah, 100%. NIL.
like this league, boy, you'd have been a glorified man. Listen, the way you was like that's how I love about the comparison. Sometimes, like you were the move tight end, like you were that guy.
Yeah.
Before Gronk and all them, like Daniel Wilcox was that guy. You would, my man from Atlanta right now.
Kyle Pitts.
Come on, like that was you.
Yeah, I say that sometimes too, man, because like nobody knew what I was. Like I literally bounced around the league for 4 years before I got to Baltimore, and Brian Billick said you're an H-back. You know, Gruden didn't have no idea what to do with me in Tampa. In New York, Herm Edwards didn't have no idea what to do with me. They kept moving me from fullback to wide receiver to tight end to fullback to wide receiver to tight end. Then I got to Baltimore. I became a starter for 5 years because Billick understood the assignment, you know, and I had a good coach in Wade Harmon that was able to say, Wilcox, we're going to put you in positions to be successful. That's the first time people actually got a chance to see what my talents really look like when I got to Baltimore. I wish I had a chance to play with you another 3 or 4 years, Ray. Like when you came in, I only had a chance to stay 1 season, and I was coming off my first major surgery and injury when you came in, so I wasn't at my best, you know, man. But I appreciate that, man. Thank you, bro. I remember you coming in.
I remember, like, bro, before the surgery, like even watching, man, there's just certain things you remember, bro. Like at the end of the day. Man, listen, they was calling you H-back, this, that, and the other. Like, I look at, like, you was like, after you, then the next guy would say that I was saying, like, that was like you, but he probably a little smaller, was Ben Watson.
Yeah. You know
what I'm saying? He was a little smaller, but it was just like, and then the emergence of Gronk and Aaron Hernandez and those guys started to come about. But it's like, man, listen, just like everything, I always say there's always a forefather in this business, right? And I think that's just me understanding the value of somebody had to do it better than you before you. And there's always, and you know what I'm saying? So I look at it from.
I don't know what just happened.
I have no idea. That was crazy.
That's the first time
that wasn't on you, Ray. I've never seen that before in my life.
Might be that little fake weather we about to get.
Nah, it was Matt probably hating on me, man, because you was giving me some love on national television. You know,
I wasn't. No, I wasn't. The screen went blank, and I was like, "Where did everything go?"
Yeah, it started counting down everything. It's crazy. I've never seen that before.
You gotta love live again.
No, Ray, man, your rookie year when you came in, bro, like I kind of remember like how dope you were as a rookie in this league and how full of energy you was, man. And and the energy that you brought to the team, and I think more than anything, bro, just being able to be a part of your growth and just be one of your teammates, man. I was super proud of the career that you put together and to watch you blossom the way that you did as a young tailback. The sky's the limit for you, bro. The sky was the freaking limit for you, man. I love your growth. I love what you did. I love the way you carry yourself on and off the field, and I'm proud, man. I'm proud of the man that you are, the father you are, the husband you are, man, and just continue to do great things, man. I really do. I love it. I love seeing all y'all grow, man. And I appreciate being just a little small, piece of your puzzle, and
Oh
I
yeah,
really do
nah.
appreciate it.
Bro, I appreciate it. You don't know, like, listen, I look up to my OGs, man, and I just feel like one thing about what I felt when I got in that locker room, I felt I owed it to guys, man. Like I owe something to this team. Like for me to do something special, I
Mm-hmm.
owe it to the guys that were doing it before me,
Yeah.
right? And I got to see that in a whole different lens. Um, just the way y'all carried yourselves, man. Like I said, y'all were like we were a players ran team, man.
We
And
were.
that's one thing about it, and I get it. I didn't get to play for Coach Billick, but the turnover of guys that were Billick's guys were players that were leaders. That we were a player ran team. Anything that needed to be done, we did. Like you could tell me if I'm right or wrong. We discussed as players. They brought it to leadership, management, but we got what we needed out of the situation, right?
We did.
And
You're right.
I think that's a culmination on how you win football games. You got to blend so many different personalities. You got to blend that one. You got to blend this guy, this ego, that put that
Mm-hmm.
pride down, lay that pride aside for one goal. Man, that's hard, man. That's why championship and winning is hard. And that's
Yeah.
why it's even going to be harder today because of all the distractions.
I agree. The social media stuff is kind of killing the game. Me and Matt have this conversation almost every show because we see Marlon Humphreys come on and do his podcast, and Matt be tweaking. When I say crash out, like Matt crashes out probably once or twice a week off of Marlon Humphreys' podcast because we haven't been winning. So it's like it's all right when you're winning, then you could do a little extra, but when you're losing, like bro, like what you doing? Like
Yeah. I
it's
mean,
hard.
but
It's
look at the
hard.
era. We did radio shows. They do podcasts, right? And it's
Correct.
like it's just different era. Like, and I understand. Like, I understand it because it's like you can't be one sided or one way or when you win one way when you lose. But it's like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you got to knuckle down at some point. Some point, it's like is that like I get it. It's like is that your main focus, right? And that's the real question. It looks. Some things that could look lighthearted doesn't mean someone doesn't care, but it could be bad on the eye, right? Like we all seeing it from a different vantage point.
Well,
But
I think that's what it is too. Like you're right. Like because when we lose games, I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to party. I didn't want to do any of that stuff. But I still did the radio shows. I did the TV shows.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. We
Yeah,
still did the shows, the
right.
commitment, you know.
And I was one of the players that actually had my own TV show back then. So
Right. I remember.
yeah, so it was a different vibe. I felt obligated to do those shows because they was like legitimate on air, whatever. It wasn't like a personal type thing, but now it's a personal thing, and you're just going home, logging on, and you're doing this podcast, and it just feel way more intimate than it does like a professional type setting. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, trust me. There was no. I mean, listen.
Matt
First
came
off,
out and
we
said
weren't on no networks right after a game. That was not it.
right,
Our shows was on either Monday night or Tuesday. Man, listen, we had enough
sure.
time to debrief.
Right.
We
Go
done
ahead,
got in
Matt.
the cold tub 4 times. We done seen
Right here.
Smitty, Bill T. We done did everything already before we did a radio show. Yeah.
Go ahead, Matt. Matt itching to say something.
Here's my problem with the no. Here's the thing, Ray. I understand that y'all had the radio commitments, and the thing is, I came out
Mm-hmm.
to a lot of those shows when I was younger, and I watched you guys do these radio shows live. But the thing is, so a one-time thing. But y'all are going and answering questions about the game itself and about the lack thereof. Marlon Humphreys hopping on a past talking about nonsense. They're totally scared over the fact that they're not playing good football. Kyle Van Noy's doing food reviews with his wife and then doing stupid videos where she's standing behind him and feeding him. And then you got these other situations where Marlon's shirtless with a towel wrapped around his head and he just glosses over everything that just happened. He got his ass handed to him, and we just got our asses whooped by the Kansas City Chiefs. Y'all took accountability for what y'all did on a week by week basis. That was my issue with these guys. They have no care.
You feel like they're not taking accountability.
They're not. That's just me personally.
No, no, and I understand what you're saying, but I think accountability is different for everyone. Like to them, they probably just like. Here's the thing, like most guys say, what we seeing now is we don't we don't know what guys is aloof after the game. What you getting to see is who they really like, what these got people really are, right?
Yeah,
And
there's no privacy
doesn't
anymore.
mean for me, it's never about good or bad. It's like okay, like some people win or lose, like quite frankly, stuff just don't affect them the same way. Like they might be taking a different vantage point. Like win or lose, I'ma still be me, right? We had guys that was like that. They just weren't on radio shows. They just weren't as visible as
They
the
was
guys that were visible.
they was at the
Today,
club
everybody's visible.
partying.
You know what I'm saying? Today,
Yeah, for sure.
everybody's visible. Like we had guys that were the same way. They were gonna be who they was,
You right. They was gonna
but at
party.
the end of the day, they were not visible as what everybody is today.
He got a
And I
point,
think,
man. He got a
and I
point.
think that's what we're seeing. What we're seeing is
True.
people are using their platforms, and we're getting to see exactly who they are. Doesn't mean they're good or bad. It just means this is something new. Like we ain't seen like right after the game go live. Like we ain't never seen nothing like that. So ultimately, if it was like you're winning, it becomes oh this is pretty cool. But when you're losing, it really sucks.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And I think
100%.
that I just think that they at that point. But we talking about two guys who at that point in the career. It's not that they probably don't. I'm gonna say they probably don't even give a damn about what people saying,
Yeah,
right? They just on it like if it's something that makes them feel good and they feel like they can grow it, especially like they got the whole family inclusive. Like they're probably looking at it like this is what I do to separate from the game.
yeah,
But if you put it out there, once you listen, I'm a prime example of if it's out there, you're prone to criticism. I gotta live with that my whole life, but I'm cool with it because I know who I am.
yeah. Well, let me ask you a question, right? Like, let's take it back to the field, right? I sit here and I think about like how explosive you was as a running back, and if you was talking to like young running backs out there right now that's coming up, I know what it took for Daniel Wilcox to kind of get to the NFL, and what my struggle was, and what my fight was, and what separated me from everybody else. I wasn't the fastest, I wasn't the quickest, wasn't the biggest, wasn't the tallest, probably didn't have the best hands in the world, but I just know I outworked every freaking body.
Mhm.
When I watched your game, you was low to the ground, you was compact, you had great balance, you had a killer jump cut, and you also had like a shuffle cut that made people just sick. Like, and then you still had a little wiggle in you, and you were strong as an ox. Like your upper body strength and lower body strength was crazy. And I remember you stiff arming Ryan Clark one play and just pushing him to the ground. I'm saying it out there so we can get some credit from the Pivot Podcast too.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, I remember you
yeah,
stiff arming
yeah.
Ryan Clark, big head ass, one time, and I just I remember how explosive you were, and on top of that, you were super smart. Like you learned the freaking playbook in light speed, and you studied a lot. You put the time in, and it showed up week in and week out. You didn't make many mistakes. So if you had something to say to any of the young running backs out there, what would you tell them on their journey, on their growth, and what it would take for them to be in the situation that you put yourself in, a Ray Rice, rookie from Rutgers situation?
Well, first and foremost, shoot. I feel like the new running back, like today, I would look at it like I would ultimately say we just can't be one dimensional. I just think that today, like the only asterisk that, and he's not even one dimensional. He's just a one of a kind guy, and it's Derrick Henry, right?
Yeah,
He's just that one of one. There's gonna be those kind of guys that come along, but if you look at where the game's going, you can't be one dimensional at running back. And
right,
like, I mean, not for nothing. Like I said, like we're hybrid players. All
correct.
right, we just happen to have a RB tag on it, and I always looked at it like when San Francisco was rocking at an all time clip, right? And they had Debo Samuel. and Christian McCaffrey, right?
Correct.
I always said if you flip those two in the positions, like you're gonna get the same production.
Correct.
Just because
True.
of and but one's a running back, one's a receiver. Hey, it is what it is. But you can't be one dimensional no more. You cannot be one dimensional. You always got to look at it like if you're one dimensional, you don't have a chance. And we see it in basketball all the time. I mean, when you got guys like Wemby that's dribbling like a point guard, then if you're somebody who can't dribble a basketball, you don't have a chance in that game.
Right.
Everybody has to dribble at this point. So you cannot be one dimensional. I just think um, my version of that was every year I try to recreate myself. I use fuel.
Yeah.
So I used to use this thing of reinventing myself. My high school coach used to kind of tell me um, one year after I won New York State Player of the Year, right? My high school coach knew my schedule. And he had this big saying of too many pats on the back set you back, right? I never knew how good I was because he kept me humble. And one of his ways was humbling me wasn't by yelling or screaming. It was more like he challenged me in different ways. So he knew what time I got out of school. I got out of school early my senior year.
Yeah.
But workout started at 3:15. I got to the workout at like 3 o'clock. So I'm 15 minutes early. But I got out of school at 1 something. So
Yeah.
he made me go home. He said, "No, you could take the day off. You was out of school at 1 o'clock. You should have been here at like 2 o'clock, grinding before everyone. Like you're the standard." I was
Mm.
confused.
Yeah.
Today's day, you're good. I showed up 15 minutes early, and his standard that wasn't good enough.
Yeah. Correct.
So it was just a way to motivate me, and I just kind of took that with me. And like after my first Pro Bowl, I knew that I was gonna become a marked man. So I was like, all right, ain't no time for no letdown, right?
Well
And
said.
then your bar gotta continue to raise, right? Because once you make one, then like whenever they know who you are in the league, your game, like you can't remain the same.
You can't.
Some guys fly underneath the weather, like all right, no, but I got to a point where defenses needed to know where I was at on every snap, so I needed to be in a different shape. I needed to be in a different mindset. I had to play the game very strategic. I wasn't relying on my ability after my second year. I was relying on actually the game really slowing down for me, my film study, how I took care of my body, how I
Yeah.
did certain things. So yeah, man, it's fun. It's definitely like a jigsaw puzzle working on your craft, man. But if you're a running back today, don't be one dimensional. That's the main thing.
Don't be one dimensional. That's the key to take from that. Okay.
That's a good approach because I wanted to ask you, Ray. Daniel kind of alluded to it. I know we compare eras and we compare, time periods where, of when you guys played versus now. Just hypothetically speaking, if you're a running back in today's game, what do you think your output would be now compared to what you did in your heyday as the Ravens running back?
18 games.
18
18
Well,
games.
Lamar Jackson is my quarterback.
Yes.
with Lamar as your quarterback. Talk your shit. Pop
I
it.
would listen. 16 games. I had 1,300 rushing and almost 800 receiving. All you gotta do is add 2 more games to that. That 800 receiving is now 1,100, and then that's 1,500 yards rushing.
Wow. That's
That's what I
definitely
call a hypothetical right there, right? So
yeah.
my best. I'm gonna go with my best season in the NFL when I had 2,000 all-purpose, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 2,000 all-purpose, well, no matter how we slight, is 2,000 yards. But you put me in that offense, that what I was doing, shoot, you get 1,000 and 1,000. One way you get 1,500 and 1,000.
Say less.
That would be wild to watch because I mean, not only just Lamar, Pat Ricard in front of you.
Listen, I mean, shoot.
Yeah, Pat
There's
Ricard
so
is
much.
just a
Listen,
good
there
man.
is so much. When you have Lamar Jackson, you don't have running back. Like, listen, you don't have to deal with safeties as much because somebody has to watch him.
Got to.
If you go look at all my runs, I'm out of the eye. I'm out of the like. No, I'm either making. I'm either shake. I'm either making somebody miss,
Mm-hmm.
running somebody over, stiff arming, holding my balance. I always had to deal with safeties.
Yeah.
But when you got Lamar Jackson, them safeties have to play a little different back there.
They got to stay home. They got to
They
be.
got to
They got
play a little different back there. We knew it. We didn't have like we had to go against Ben Roethlisberger. Our safeties played a little different versus Ben Roethlisberger than they did versus Tom Brady.
They did for sure.
So,
Say less.
but listen, I like the hypothetical because it definitely would be fun.
Tomorrow Ray will run for 300.
I definitely had a 300-yard game. I would have. It probably would have been versus Cleveland.
I know, right?
During the time we played, no disrespect, but you
Right.
know,
Them
I had my
boys-
first 200-yard game versus them.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sitting here watching the season right now, Ray. Like we jumped off to this 1-6. We started off with we 2-6
1
now.
and 5.
1 and 5?
2 and 5. We're 2
Yeah.
and
My
5
bad.
now.
We're 2-5 now. You know, I literally thought before this season we was going undefeated. Like I was like, we're gonna probably run the table on everybody this year. And I'm burnt up because I feel like these last 2 or 3 years, you know, we have really dropped the ball on winning 2 Super Bowls already. You know, I thought the last 2 years we should have won both years. And I've been a stickler for saying like, man, when I retired, I coached a little bit too. I coached high school ball for a little while. I coached college ball for a little while. And then the Ravens hired me to be a scout right when COVID hit. You know, and I got a chance. I was going to be a scout for the Ravens, and then COVID hit, and then they kind of shut down hiring. So I didn't get a chance to kind of take my journey as an NFL scout. You know, so I've seen it from the player side. I've seen it from the coaching side. I've seen it from the scouting department side. I was also director of player personnel in for Georgia State University College, D1. You know, so I've got a chance to see it from all different angles, right? The scouting part of it, the recruiting part of it. And I know how important it is for a coach to be able to evaluate the talent that he has as players, especially in high school, right? You know, in high school, your personnel change every year. You may have 3 good running backs, no good receivers. You know, next year you may have 4 or 5 good receivers, no good running backs. You know, so you got to change your offense and adapt to what you have, you know, as an offensive staff. And as I watch the Baltimore Ravens personnel wise and how athletic we are and how talented we are, I kind of notch it down a lot of times to coaching. Like it's a lack of coaching that we're losing a big game when we get against a big team with a great coaching staff and a great quarterback. You know, like the Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills games that we've lost the last couple of years. I'm sitting here scratching my head like, bro, we supposed to kill these guys, but I feel like we get out coached when we get to those bigger games. You know, so being able to evaluate talent and being able to watch what we have out there on the field right now, it's kind of disheartening to kind of see us walk away empty-handed 2 years in a row and then come into this season, start the season off 1-5, thinking that, you know, knowing that we should be on a run for a Super Bowl this year and we might not even make the playoffs. How does that make you feel being right there in the city of Baltimore? Because I'm kind of transitioning to a fan, Ray. I've never been a fan until I retired.
Yeah.
But now I'm kind of transitioning over to a fan. And when they lose, I kind of get upset too. So I'm not even playing no more.
Yeah, man. Like you could look at it like, I mean, first off, there's that hidden factor of football being 100%, you know, guaranteed injury sport, right?
100%.
100%.
It's gonna happen.
So, like I said, like that part of it is out of our control.
You can't
But
do anything about it.
I think that what we get, what you get a chance to see, is how much Lamar Jackson has meant to us.
Correct. How much he saved our ass in every game he played in.
But as much as it, like here's the thing, he wasn't like here's the thing. The most valuable player in the NFL, right? Like Patrick Mahomes is everybody's darling at a certain point. The Kansas City's darling, right?
Yeah.
But isn't it safe to say that the Baltimore Ravens still get everybody's best shot because of Lamar Jackson?
They do 100%. And we've always been the black sheep of the league. Everybody has.
And this is my point. Like, and it's like, and I get it. Like the culture here is great and all that stuff, but
yeah,
adversity is adversity.
Correct.
Nobody knew. Like Lamar Jackson has been so good to us. He's been healthy. Like he might miss 1 or 2, but this was different. This is a hamstring that potentially can hamper his whole season if it's not taken care of the right way, right?
100%.
Now you put Lamar in that equation. You bring Snoop Hundley back like midway during the year, and then you gotta rock with Cooper Rush because you paid him, right? So I don't think it's more over anything less than those guys really don't get enough gelling time with the backups, especially in training camp and things like that. Like, it's different. They're not playing in preseason games like we did.
Yeah, I said the same
Like
thing. First 4 games of the year is
the
preseason.
first 4 games of the year are figuring out what the right sauce is that you're gonna mesh, right? Then you got, but we couldn't put it together. We look good versus, I ain't gonna lie. We played against Buffalo. That was a good football game. Like, it was a good football game. Like, you were hopeful for something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was like, we put together offensively what we needed to do. It's gonna be hard to stop anybody in this league, so I'm not really, but you lose a Justin Matabike. Like, how many millions of dollars is on the sideline?
A lot.
It's a lot. Like, and everybody talk about it's next man up, right?
Yeah.
No, not the case. Not the case. When the next man up is making substantially less than the guy that's out for a reason. Like, there's a reason why. Whether he's young or he's inexperienced, it means nothing. He's just not the same. You cannot expect the same production from anybody that you consider a backup. If you call them a backup, they're a backup for a reason. The guys that are rotating guys in the system, they never get called. They're not backups. They're rotating. But a backup is a backup for a reason. You cannot expect the same production. It's just not. I mean, if you want the same production, then you got to pay that guy the same.
I hear you 100%. A lot of times, though, those backups are just as good as the starters, but they just got a starter in front of them. Like,
That's true.
Like, let's say Shador Sanders over in Cleveland right now. Like, everybody knows, bro. Everybody freaking knows.
Yeah.
He was probably the best quarterback on that team from day one. But he's
had it here. Tyrod was a starter.
Yeah, Tyrod. Yeah, absolutely.
But my point is, listen, we go as far as, like, I'm gonna just say this. I have nothing against Cooper Rush and things like that, right? I just think, but there is a major drop off when you're talking about Cooper Rush and Lamar Jackson. That offense cannot possibly look the same with him at quarterback. You have to call a whole different game with him in the game.
Yeah. It never looked good to me when they first brought him in. I didn't know why they were signing him.
I mean, I get it. He's an established veteran you go through. It's like comps in the neighborhood. He like, when you go to sell a house, they go on the comps, and he happened to be the fit for the price, right? I get all of that. And I think that it looks good to a certain extent because he's the backup, right?
Yeah.
But this happened to us before, right?
Yeah.
And Snoop Huntley was on the team. How many games did we win?
We won a bunch. He went to the Pro Bowl.
This is my point. That's my point.
We won a bunch.
That's my point.
That's fair, Ray.
That's all I'm saying. Like, here's the thing. I look at it like,
I felt like we had 2 starters when we had Snoop.
Exactly. I felt like Snoop was if I was gonna pay him somebody like during that time, and I get it, he got away, right? But he came back. That's the guy you pay because he fits
100%.
the mold, right? And listen, I will tell you this.
Okay, we about to get
a backup quarterback is one of the greatest positions in the NFL.
I agree.
Because, like I said, you're not putting a lot of wear and tear in your body. And if you're behind somebody like Lamar Jackson and you can make $5-6 million to sit behind him, God bless you. Go for it.
Say less. All right, so since we on this topic right now, and since I got a running back in here, let's talk about the running back room. All right, you got Derrick Henry, you got Justice Hill, you got Keaton Mitchell. All right, they backups. We got 2 backups behind a starter. Do you think they could be starters? Yeah.
Not right now.
What?
They could, but it's like I just think like when you got that asterisk, right? Derrick Henry is a one of one, right?
He is. He's a dog.
Like so, it's
Hands
like,
down.
it's like he's not slowing down. Like
He's
he's
not.
he's not slowing down.
He's a damn hammer.
But those guys, yes. Like if they were like, I look at it like I would say. I mean, if you take our two, listen, let's just call it, if you put Justice Hill and
Keaton Mitchell.
Keaton Mitchell on the Chiefs, that's scary, right?
100%.
Because of their system, right? And their system speaks to that. And I like the likes of a Isaiah Pacheco, right? And that's a Rutgers guy. But if you look right now,
I like Pacheco.
like there's another guy that I'm like, I mean, I watched at Rutgers who's he played Kyle Monangai.
Okay.
He was the starter for Chicago Bears, but they played DeAndre Swift, right? Because DeAndre Swift, what they would consider, I know they probably looking at like Kyle Monangai's first and second down. DeAndre Swift is like a, Swiss Army knife because he can play slot, he can play running back. So, like those guys definitely could be starters on other teams.
Yeah.
I look at Kyron Williams and Blake Corum, right? The thing is, though, there are not many teams that just use one guy. I mean, Jonathan Taylor's ripping it up right now.
Look at
But even Saquon, even Saquon Barkley,
Montgomery and Gibbs in the
Montgomery and Gibbs. Like there's always gonna be there's always gonna be a counterpart to the party, right? So, but I think what I do think is when Derrick Henry's in the game, we're very predictable.
As an OC, now here I go back. I'm going back to the coaching comparison. As an OC, when Derrick Henry in the game, we're predictable because of what? The play calling?
Because you got to find a way to get him the ball. Like it's almost like, and when you're play actioning, it's almost like when you're play actioning, you're trying to get the ball down the field.
Okay.
Just look at it. When you look at it from here on out, if they're like they're not lining them up in the pistol as much, so they going under center. And when they're running the ball, he's going downhill. He's getting his yards. But off of that is what? When they go to play action, they're trying to get the ball down the field. And then if they get in a third down situation, he comes out. And then we know it's pass.
But why would you take him out on third down?
I mean, it depends on, I guess, listen, I know.
He catches the ball fairly well. I mean,
I would run the same plays he would run. Yeah, but it depends. Like, I would run the same. I'm sure that they run the same plays they do with the other backs. But, like, when he's in there on first and second down,
yeah.
What's the probability of running the ball with Derrick Henry back there on first and second down if he's in the game? It's a high percentage.
A high percentage, yeah. You're going to give it to Derrick. I would. Shit.
So that's my point. That creates very predictability. Like when
they only giving them ball like 8 to 10 times a game, bro. Like
that's because they're getting behind.
Yeah.
You can't get behind. And I just you can't have 3 and outs. I just think other teams, like I said, like even when they're scoring in threes, like, but last game was a great. I look at like where we are now, right?
Yeah.
Last game, that was the way you're supposed to come off a bye week, right?
Yeah, we ran the damn ball.
That's the way you're supposed to come off a bye week, and I think that now, they could put it. They should be able to put together. I mean, and no excuses. They had a gauntlet of a first half of the season.
They did. Very hard teams. But we're a hard team.
I think every NFL team is good, but I just think
Me too.
The lighter side of their schedule is happening now. And our division is, look at the division. Shoot, that's why I think we got a chance because everybody else, they're only like 2-3 games behind.
Yeah, the first half right now, Ray, they already put the stat out that it was the second hardest schedule in the entire NFL, the first half of the season. The last half is the 4th easiest schedule in the whole league.
Hey, man, I don't put it past nobody, but I say this will be a hell of a story when the tide changes, right?
It would be, boy. I'm telling you right now, guys. There's a lot of praying going on. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Ray, I have a question about the Derrick Henry comments you just made, and with Daniel saying that they take him out, on third downs. Do you think it's the coach's fault that they pigeonholed Derrick Henry into being an early down run back? Because when you played on the Ravens, you were on the field all 3 downs, unless they were rotating you out with Willis and they were rotating you out with LaRon. That's different. But you could block, you could catch. That was your forte. You could do everything. Do you think it's
Yeah,
the coach's fault that
my
Derrick
I
is
had my
the
coaches told
way
me.
he is?
Nah, I just think like I said, special players do special things. Derrick Henry could bust the game open at any moment. Like he's that. Like I mean, we're watching something like I'm gonna call it like he's like the LeBron right now. Like he's like we're not gonna get tired of watching Derrick Henry stiff arm people, run people over because he's still doing that at a high clip. We're not gonna get tired of watching LeBron get double doubles in this NBA right now. We're not gonna get tired of it. He's 40-something years old. We love it. So and we paid for him. So it's like there we have to. I mean, our due diligence. We owe it to him to rock with him, right? Because he's that good. He's gonna be remembered as one of the all-time greats playing this game. I think that's not an asterisk. That's a exclamation point where you get when you have your other exclamation point in Lamar Jackson hurt, then that exclamation point now you're the center target.
Mhm.
Put them two together, you
Yeah.
get something dangerous, right? And we've seen what it looked like last year. You take one off the field, that's like half of your, like half of a superhero that you took away.
Yeah.
And because they're better together, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, every running back that's back there with Lamar Jackson did well. But Derrick Henry did something crazy last year at his age
He did.
with him back there. So
Man.
I just think it's a timing thing, it's a gelling thing. On first and second down, like we understand, but when you put Lamar in the game, predictability meant nothing. If the Ravens want to run the ball, they were gonna run it. Whether it was gonna RPO, I mean Pat Ricard was hurt. Like there is just a lot of pieces. There are a lot of pieces that were missing, but because it's the NFL and those guys get paid a lot of money, it's like
Yeah.
we forget that they human and they go through real life things. Like their locker room, you know what it is in the locker room. When the locker room's going through adversity, it's
Yeah.
different around there, man.
It is.
It's not like they still feel it. Like so, there's no amount. The best part about where we are is no amount of money is gonna fix this.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna fix it. But I seen the way they came out last week, and I was impressed, man. That's what you want to see up a bye week. You want to see a hungry,
100%.
fresh team. They look good. They look fast. You see Nate Wiggins stepping in front of like Caleb Williams been lights out, but he stepped right in front of it, showed him man, that was that's some big time plays being made.
That was some flashback type shit.
Yeah,
Real
you
life.
seeing people jumping routes and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah,
come
man.
on,
I missed
that.
that.
That was different. That
Yeah.
was different.
It had me smiling a little bit. I was happy to see that, man.
And he let him he let him think that he had it too. It was
did.
like,
He
but
set
that
him up.
guy's a 4-2. He like, oh, I'm gonna jump this. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna bait him into this.
Yeah.
That was dope. That was an Ed Reed kind of move. I haven't put it out.
100%. Ed Reed, Dion, Prime, all them boys. Yep.
You know who would have jumped in like that too? That was good. Samari Roll.
Samari was a monster.
Yeah. Samari dog.
Yo,
Say less.
That's
I went way back on everybody.
You did, man. I appreciate it too, Ray. I appreciate that, dog. I appreciate it. Go ahead, Matt. I know you got a million questions for Ray.
No, I mean, I'm just enjoying watching you guys talk shop, man. This is one of the benefits of hosting this show is seeing other teammates of yours come on here, and I can be a fly on the wall, man. This is a beautiful thing right here, because the comments are rolling in, Ray. Everybody loves the fact that you're doing the show. Got a lot of viewers at a lot of different platforms, but I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about this game tomorrow night. I always ask Wilcox about this, and I have a chance to ask you this now. How do you feel about Thursday night football? Because it's a lot to be an NFL player, and I don't know what it's like. And there's a lot of physicality. It's car crashes over and over. How do you feel about playing on a Sunday
and then
and then
Thursday.
turning around 3 days, essentially 3 days later? Because once you're done the game, the Sunday's over.
I can tell you this. You ain't listen. If you played on a Sunday, practice is going to be walkthrough for that whole week. So, as much as you can say you don't like it, you ain't burning your body out. Like, and I'm not saying I agree with it because it's a lot. It's a lot for that, that short period. But you get another bye weekend if you win. So now
That's
think about
fair.
it. Ravens go down there and take care of business. They get 4 more days of the. You got to think about where the Baltimore Ravens are. And I don't agree with all the scenarios of Thursday night football. But the Baltimore Ravens just got off a bye, right?
Right.
They're still pretty fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Then I can guarantee you, they had walk-through or run-through practices. They were not hitting each other. I don't know that for sure. I can't speak that, but I'm almost positive that with the amount of guys that's hurt and trying to maintain guys,
3 days off.
freshness and doing this and the other, their bodies are going to be feeling great. Now, when you win, I'm putting when you win, you get another bye week. You done on Thursday, and I'm sure they'll be back in Monday. If we were winning, they probably wouldn't be back until Wednesday.
Yeah. So you think you're gonna give them Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off?
Yeah, they gotta give them Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They probably, I would guess, come in Monday, get a lift, get reacclimated. Tuesday, you do what I do. I be in the community, like that's how it go.
Me too.
Tuesday, you in the community. So, but hey,
Proud of you, dog. That's what I'm talking about. I'm proud of you, dog.
yeah, but yeah, I just think I don't like every scenario with Thursday night football, but this one kind of it fits for the Ravens because I know their bodies. Your bodies don't feel good after a game, but you just got off a bye week, a great win.
Yeah.
There's no reason to grind the guys, right? There's no reason to grind them. Like, I get it. If you had just dropped another one, you might take some anger out and grind, but no. This one is saying, all right, cool. Just go one at a time. We just need to go one at a time. We ain't getting to December and January tomorrow. We got to go one game at a time, and this just happened to be, I think it's a pretty good situation going into Miami with that quarterback situation they got going on. Other teams got worse problems than us. Shit, we had to deal with the injury bug. There's a lot of NFL teams that got a lot of worse problems than us.
Yeah, they ain't have no injuries and they still suck.
But they one of them.
Yeah, Cleveland.
Yeah.
So I think if I'm the head coach, Ray, I think I bring them in Friday morning. Get a run in, get the walkthrough in, watch the film, watch the game tape. Then I give them Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off. We back in the office on Wednesday morning. Let's go.
Yeah, I see that. I'm just saying, like, a long weekend's a long weekend.
Yeah,
just think about it. If I'm the Ravens, I'm happy as shit after we win this game. You know why? I get to watch everybody on Sunday.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Like, you actually, because it ain't like as much as you get a bye, you ain't going on no vacation. You ain't going going far. Like the fact that you get to sit back and watch the whole division.
Yeah.
You want to do that. You get film, you get TV copy, you get everything if you're really analytical.
Real talk. I want to see game planning. I think that's the thing that I'm missing with this whole thing. Like, and I want everybody out here to understand that head coaching is hard on every single level. Because just like Ray was talking about all the personalities you got to deal with, as being a middle school coach or a JV coach, a high school JV coach, head guy, he has to deal with all these kids' personalities and stuff and still get them all on one accord and one game plan. And as you get to the next levels, the JUCOs, the D2s, the D3s, the D1s, the FCS, FBS ranks, and then you have to get to the pros. You're dealing with grown men and all these different personalities. They got wives, they got kids, some got girlfriends, some got side chicks. It is what it is. So you have to deal with all those personalities of those guys and then all the personalities of your coaching staff as well and trying to keep them on the same accord. You know, it's been extremely. I know it's extremely hard for me to have to manage and deal with all the different personalities. One thing I've always been kind of naturally blessed to be is kind of more of a mentor, and
Mm-hmm.
I was never afraid to share information, and I never felt like my job was in jeopardy by me sharing it. I didn't care what position the guy played. I wanted all of us to raise to the top and be great. So if I can help out in any kind of way possible, I always lend it out, as much knowledge as I could, from my experience. Been an undrafted free agent, not getting drafted to the NFL. It was extremely hard for me to get to where I was. By the time Ray came in, I think I was on year 7, year 8 when Ray came in, year 9, something like that. And it was hard. It was extremely hard for me to make every single team year in and year out. But one thing I want every guy to know is study, put the time into the playbook. If you know what you're doing, then you can play full speed. But we'll never get a chance to see your true you if you're not full speed.
No, facts. And the best part about, like, I love about your story
Yeah.
is, like, that's the majority of guys' story in the NFL. See, the drafted guys is everything that everybody talk about, but there are more undrafted guys playing than there are drafted, right? And I know, because when you fill the rosters, not everybody makes it, right?
Correct.
And I think your story is the story that, like, quite frankly, I always tell people, man, like, and I love the fact of hearing my name get called. I did. It was a lifelong dream.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not worried about doing it over, but I'm saying if I had to take your route without the pressure and my work ethic, man, I would have, like I think the production, it becomes a little bit, like, I probably would have got on the field later, but the production would have been, I would have had time to work on myself too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so when you coming in with all that pressure, you know what I think is happening to running backs right now?
What? Speak on it.
So unless you like a generational talent, like a Bijan Robinson,
He's really dope.
Jameer Gibbs, right? They, like, whoever took a chance, that was different, right? But I think, like, it's a gamble, because you got to think, right? They're banking on those guys to be productive right away. And if they aren't, which they both are, they possibly wouldn't have got a second deal.
Mm.
So it's like, if you're going to take a chance on the generational talent, they got to produce right away, right? If he don't, they're never getting a deal that big again.
Yeah. Like Saquon Barkley situation.
Like Saquon. But I think guys like Saquon and Jonathan Taylor are changing that narrative.
Yeah.
Which I love. I love. Derrick Henry, like I said, he's in a different category.
Yeah.
But a guy like Jonathan Taylor, who came back from injury, who had to go through his contract stuff with the Colts, he is lighting the league up right now. Like, and I mean, we're talking about them two being, like, right now, like, they might be the shit. I'm gonna say it like this: they are the two best running backs in football right now.
Bijan and Taylor.
I think Saquon. Saquon and Jonathan Taylor.
Damn.
And I'm basing it off just as of recent. Okay.
Okay. Give me your
as
top.
Of the last, as of
Saquon's
right last game.
Give me your top 5 right now in the NFL running backs.
Top 5, it could be tossed up. I'm gonna go with our guy. Like, I'm not gonna have an order, but I'm gonna go Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I got
Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Jonathan Taylor, Jameer Gibbs, and I'm still going with McCaffrey.
Damn, Bijan don't even make your top 5?
I think Bijan is right on the cusp. I like Bijan too.
I like him too.
But I could mix that up. But I'm saying those guys, I'm talking about the provenness of them.
No, 100%. I hear you.
But no, if it's right now, Bijan, I will flip for. All right, you know what? I'm leaving Derrick Henry in his own category. Derrick Henry is number 0. Bijan's in. Bijan's in.
I got you.
Derrick Henry's an asterisk 0.
Got you.
That means he's higher than, like, he's just that.
He's different, bro. Like, it's just damn defensive end playing tailback.
He's just he man. Listen, when you stand next to him, that shit look different, bro. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you.
And say less. Say less.
I'm like, man, listen, whether you was a football player or not, I'm like, listen, we go to the club, I'm walking by you. I'm going with you.
Wherever you go, I'm
Because
right by your side. I got you.
one of his arms is like a thigh.
That's how the crazy thing is when I got to Baltimore, my two tackles, it was Jonathan Ogden and Orlando Brown, Zeus.
Oh
And
my God, those
yeah,
giants, man.
they was huge guys, bro. Like I'd never been with tackles that big before, 6'10" and 6'9", and both 300 plus. And just seeing my little ass, my 6'2", 6'3" ass right next to they almost 7 foot tall selves, it was a really weird situation to be in. But anytime I went anywhere and I was with Zeus, bro, I just felt like I was at my safest. I
No,
really
listen,
did, bro.
that was a giant. That's how I felt like when I was with McKinney.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That
Big
was a
Mac.
big
That's
dude
my
right
guy.
there too.
Yeah, B-Mac.
That was
I think he's like 6'8". I think he played at like 350.
6'8", 350.
Mm-hmm. Jerry
I
Gaither was a
knew
big
I
guy
ain't
too.
bother that man. That 6'8", 350. Big Mac know I be talking about him. That's my guy. But when he first got to Baltimore, he might have been like 400.
Really?
Hey, remember he couldn't practice right away, but he worked it off. Like
He did.
he got in tip top, he got in shape. But Big Mac boy, listen, I ain't have to chip block on his side.
Grown man, statue.
He used to tell me he said, if you're gonna chip, he said, don't really hit him because I'm already gonna set. They can't get by me. I said,
Yeah.
oh, we good, Big Mac. We good.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna touch him.
Well, Ray, we already done stole an hour of your time, bro. We could talk to you for another 3 hours, but I don't want to kill the show and kill your night. You know, you just got home from practice. We want to go ahead and shift gears real quick to this game. We always ask our guys 3 questions about the game. You know, who's the player of the game on offense? Who's your player of the game on defense? And then what's your score prediction or who you think going to win the game?
We definitely gonna win the game. Lamar's back, so Lamar's back, but he going home.
Yeah.
But I think Zay Flowers gonna have a big game.
Okay, so you're gonna go Zay on offense.
I'm going with Zay on offense. I think he going home. He motivated. It's time. Lamar's back. We're gonna win the game. We're gonna win the game 28-12.
28-12 Ravens win. Who's your
Yeah.
defensive player of the game?
Defensive player of the game. I'm going with the Swiss Army Knight, Kyle Hamilton.
Kyle, say less. All right, Matt, you up, Matt. Who you got?
Player of the game on offense, I'm gonna go with Derrick Henry.
Okay, Henry.
I'm gonna give Henry some love this week. I think Henry has a big game against that defense. On defense, Mike Green. I'm taking Mike Green again. I know I took him a couple weeks ago, but Mike Green's my guy. He had he had his first sack last week. He's going against some pretty bad offensive tackles this week. I think he's gonna get off. Score wise, we scored 30 with Snoop against the Chicago Bears, who are arguably better than the
Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins. So I think it's going to be a 35-13 game.
35-13. Okay, y'all both big up on the defense. I mess with that. All right, I'm gonna go offensive player of the game. I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson. I think that's the easy one. That's the easy one for me. He going back to Miami, just like Ray was just saying. You know, he got Snoop back on the team with him. He got that chemistry going with his boy Snoop. I know they turned up, and then Zay from Florida too. So I think he's gonna feed Zay like crazy. But I think Lamar gonna have a dumbass game. He's gonna get the ball to almost every single player out there. Somebody said 48-13. I see you, Keon. So I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson.
That's Trippy that calls into the shows all the time.
Yeah. Okay. So offense, Lamar. All right. Defense, I'm gonna go with Nate Wiggins again, ATLian. I was gonna go with Nate last week, and I think I went with Kyle. Kyle still had a great game, but I'm gonna go with Nate Wiggins this week. He playing his ass off this year, right? And then defense, score prediction, I'm kind of with Matt. I think we're going to score big this week. So I'm going to go 38. I'm going to go 38, and I'm going to go 17. 38-17, Ravens win. They do a good job of keeping the guys underneath 21. And we dominate on all three phases of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. It's our turn.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that prediction. But Ray, before we cut you loose, man, I know that you're doing a lot in the community now. You're back on social media, trying to get the lay of the land. Where can everybody find your community outreach work on socials?
So look, I'm back on Facebook. It is me. It's not a hoax page. I do have help running it, but it's me. And I just think that's what social media should be used for, visibility. And I will be putting all of my nonprofit endeavors or just, listen, I'm back. Baltimore, I'm here. And I think that, moving back here, I always said that I had unfinished business. So I'm going to put all my endeavors on Facebook so y'all can help me win another Super Bowl in the community.
No, that's right. Say less. Say less. I got a couple of quotes from Ray this time around. Some nuggets. I think every fan should write down and keep close to them, especially if you got kids. Life is best understood in reverse. That's one of his quotes, and he said all the time. Meaning, start, figure out where it started for you and go back and shed some light and shed some love to the other people so you can help them be better. Right? And then too many pats on the back will set you back. All right, that's what the coach told him. That means don't look for somebody patting you on the back and telling you how great you are and how good you are at things. Just go work and go grind and let the work, speak for itself. But don't be looking for the pats on the back. And then don't be one-dimensional. And I think that translates to every single thing in life, not being one-dimensional. Ray, I appreciate you coming on, man. I appreciate you dropping those gold nuggets for everybody to hear and everybody to be a part of, man. And the We Bleed Purple podcast, we're doing every single thing we can to try to get the word out that we're doing this thing. Me and Matt just went solo this year, doing our own thing on YouTube and going live every single show, man. Ray, we appreciate you taking the time out. Know your day is busy as heck. Know you're tired as hell. Know you ain't ate dinner yet.
Always got time for my guy, though. Chill.
Yeah, I appreciate you,
look,
bro.
live and direct. I'm still outside. Look.
I'm still outside.
Yeah.
I know that's right. Appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you, Matt. Yo,
Yeah.
Wilcox. One love
right,
always, man. Family's always gonna be family, man. Let's do it.
Tell the missus I said what's up, man, and tell her I said thank you for letting us steal you for an hour.
Oh no, y'all did me a favor. Them kids upstairs sleep already. I'm happy, man. I'm good. We could look.
All right, God bless.
This 8:45. This is my time, so I'm good. I'm chilling.
Stay less, bro. I appreciate you, dog. Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, good luck with the rest of the season.
Oh no, I appreciate y'all guys. Let's get this dub tomorrow.
Say less.
All right.
All right. Yeah, Matt, man, that was awesome to be able to get Ray on, man. I'm glad he was able to chime in and join, bro.
Absolutely. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We had a lot of viewers across all of our platforms. Wilcox, Ray Rice, everybody, Super Bowl 47 champion, running back, one of the coaches up in Milford Mill doing his thing for all the young guys up there. We will be back tomorrow night, I'm assuming, for the post-game show. Will be live directly after the Miami Dolphins game. Thanks again to Ray for taking some time out. Everybody like, subscribe, and turn your notifications on for We Bleed Purple podcast. Follow our new X page at We Bleed Perp. It'll have our logo on there. And Wilcox, that is a wrap on the preview show for the Miami